So here we go. First pitch to Grady Lenahan, and we're off and running. Can North Carolina win one and advance, or will East Carolina force a winner-take-all Game 7 tomorrow? Grady Lenahan, a couple singles, 3 walks. He's found his way to get aboard for this offense of East Carolina, which was maybe at its best earlier today against VCU.
And what a big inning for Boaz, too, to try to get some confidence and maybe stack a 0 here in the first inning and get rolling a little bit. His last 2 starts have not been great. One against NC State, one against Georgia Tech in the ACC tournament, but his last 6 2/3, Mike, he's given up 10 earned runs, so he'd like to get off to a good start and kind of flush that.
Folger Boaz is 1-2. Slapped foul by Lenahan. I mean, there you see it. It's 94. It's a little bit of the lower arm slot off the left side, and it's 4 pitches, but pitches that have been left out over the plate. That's been a problem for him at times. And he's logged hard innings, too, pitching in the weekend.
And he's been hurt by the home run a little bit, giving up 8 home runs as well. That's a nice pitch.
It's a slider that's ruled foul.
I mean, you talk about Boaz, you go back to last year. I mean, he pitched to a 3.90 ERA. Now, mostly a reliever last year, 23 appearances. He did have 4 starts, but the numbers were really good last year.
It says he came back from the internal brace procedure on his elbow after he had got off to such a great start as a freshman. Strike 3 call, 93 at the knees, and Boaz nods yes. And that's an encouraging sign if you're a Tar Heels fan.
Well, to get the confidence rolling a little bit, how about a punch out the first batter you face? Looked like a good 2-seam fastball right at the bottom of the knees, and a really good start for Boaz. Just right at the bottom of the zone, and Colin Heineck might have stolen that one. He yanked it up quickly.
And now how about this for East Carolina? They get the return of Jack Herring, senior right fielder from Atlanta, who was 2nd-team all-conference in the American, but he's been dealing with a hand injury. So it was suffered last weekend in the conference tournament title game. And then we saw him start on Friday, but he was in so much pain that he bunted with 2 strikes in the 10th inning and nobody on.
Yeah, that's tough, man. We were wondering why he bunted in that situation, but now we know the truth.
It's easier for him to hit right-handed than left-handed. So the switch hitter gets the start against the lefty Boaz. Herring grounds out at Gavin Gallagher. And Cliff Godwin, there was so much to like about his offense earlier today. They had 11 hits, 8 walks. They got hit by 4 pitches. And as Cliff said, in between games here, we scored early, we tacked on late. And he said his plan between games, he was going to shower and put on a different uniform.
There you go. Yeah, I love their offense, and I've loved it since I've seen them this year, man. I tell you, it's a gritty, grindy kind of offense that takes advantage of situations. And what I mean by that, when they get runners in scoring position, they'll take advantage of you. They're not going to move their feet in the box. They'll get hit by a lot of pitches like they have all year long. Not a big stolen base club, but boy, when you look going 1st to 3rd and being able to score and from being in runner scoring position from second base, they do it as good as anybody.
We got the bases empty here with Braden Burris, 2nd baseman in the 3 spot, Snow Hill, North Carolina native, 1st-team all-conference. We saw what he's done in this regional. He has scored 8 runs. Earlier today, Burris was 2 for 4 with a walk, a double and a run scored, a single and a run scored 2. And last night against Carolina, 3 for 3. RBI single in the first, couple walks in that one, 2 more singles in the late innings.
He has been in the middle of everything.
Hits one on the screws, past the dive of the shortstop, Jake Schaffner, past the overshift. And a 2-out single from, who else? Braden Burris.
Seems like you said that a lot. 2-out single, 2-out base hit, 2-out, 2 RBI base hit. That's what he does.
Well, now how about this? Another guy getting an opportunity today. Braden Bachman, true freshman, making only his 11th start of the season. 43 at-bats for Braden Bachman, freshman from Chesapeake, Virginia. And in a do-or-die game for your program, you're in the cleanup spot.
I can say, hadn't played much, only 43 at-bats. And not only do you get yourself in the lineup, but you get yourself in the lineup in the 4-hole.
Cliff Godwin told us we'd use him against lefties. He told us a short, strong dude who competes, and there's power in the back. And so you see the splits and the lefty starter Boaz.
There you go. That's the biggest reason why, of course, he's in the lineup.
So they're trusting it. I mean, Jack Herring in, banged up with a hand problem. And Bachman getting the start. And he's down 1-2 against Folger Boaz.
I'm going to tell you what now. If Boaz can throw that breaking ball down and in to the right-handers, he may pitch for a while today.
One-two to the back foot.
Well, I was reading about Boaz, man. What an athlete he was in high school.
You're not kidding.
3 different sports and still holds records. North Carolina history for pass completions as a quarterback. Top 10 in a couple of other categories.
And he's got the A stuff out of the gates. Big time athlete on a big time stage. Bookends the scoreless first with 2 backwards Ks.
Bag of goodies that we hadn't had time to get into yet, but trust me, we will.
We absolutely will. Check out the Tar Heels lineup. And big game Gavin Gallagher, who in 3 regionals in his career has hit better than 500 with 5 home runs, and he has driven in 20. Well, East Carolina's starting pitcher is its starting pitcher from Friday against Tennessee. It's Ryan Towers, the redshirt junior, and it's not Ethan Norby, as many suspected.
A little bit of a surprise here. Started game 1, as you mentioned, against Tennessee. Of course, that was the 14-inning game that ECU won. Making his 15th start of the season, his 17th appearance. Boy, the ERA outstanding. Anytime it begins with a 2 in the college game, it is a lot better than most. Pretty good fastball, 87-90. Changeup appears to probably be his best pitch. He likes to take that fastball, shove it inside to the right-handers, and then get you to the changeup away. And that's what he did in the opening round versus Tennessee. 4 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 earned run, only walked 1 and struck out 2, and that's why he is back. He threw just 54 pitches, gets a day off, and here he is again.
Cliff Godwin got asked between games about what he was going to do tonight in this game as his starting pitcher. Cliff Godwin said to the reporter, "What do you think I'm going to say?" "No, I'm not giving you any hints." And then he starts Ryan Towers. So here we go against Jake Schaffner. First pitch, strike 1. And boy, the Towers we saw on Friday, there was a lot to like.
Yes. I love the way he competed. Obviously, Tennessee got a high-powered offense, and he held them down.
Jake Schaffner is the first-team ACC shortstop. 1 for 4 yesterday against East Carolina with an RBI double in the 6th. And he also got hit by a pitch. Had 2 hits Friday in a win against VCU. Had a nice bunt single. Had an RBI single in the 8th inning also for a Carolina team that won its regional opener 8-0 against the 4-seed VCU. There's a combined 2-hit shutout by UNC pitching. Floated towards short and caught by Nick Parham for the first down.
Good start for Ryan Towers. Boy, these first innings, man, can you control your heartbeat? Can you slow the game down a little bit and let your talent take over and make some pitches?
And that's a lot of what they like about Ryan Towers. Cliff Godwin said to us the other day, Towers has been awesome this year. Kept talking about how savvy he is. Towers gets Gavin Gallagher with 1 out and the base is empty. First pitch just misses to Gallagher. Towers with his normal pre-pitch routine. He's got that basketball triple threat going. Gallagher rolls over a changeup at short. Nick Parham get it there. Safe at first. That is classic Carolina baseball.
Gallagher got out of the box, man. So Nick Parham did everything he could do from the shortstop position. Playing deep, playing on the grass. Watch this lunge for first base here. He is smelling an infield hit, and he gets it just by a toenail. That's a couple long strides at the end.
We were talking yesterday with the VCU coaches, and they have so much respect for the way North Carolina plays. They said every ground ball on the infield is a bang-bang play because of how hard they run out of the box.
They bust it. And watch them run on the field, man. It's not just during the game. It's on and off the field.
And so Gallagher ends up with an infield single because of it.
These two coaches we have in this game, man, their players are going to play the game the right way, the way it was made to be played. That's in their DNA.
Owen Hull's in the box, first team All-ACC center fielder. George Mason transfer. Scott Forbes leading this North Carolina team. He was pleased with their work yesterday. He made the move to go away from Jason DeCaro in the 4th inning and summon Caden Glauber. And then with Bryant Gaines' urging, his pitching coach, made the move to go to Walker McDuffie in the 9th.
Scott Forbes in his 6th year as head coach, 25th year on campus here in Chapel Hill.
There's DeCaro, who, boy, he comes under such a microscope. He's had an awesome year and career. 1-1. That's down. 2-1 from Towers to Hull.
Yeah, DeCaro bust on the scene 3 years ago as a freshman and had a really good year. And the expectations, sometimes you're a victim of your own success, you know. And DeCaro just didn't have his A game yesterday. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't typical DeCaro. The off-speed stuff just wasn't there for him.
And a credit, too, to East Carolina's bats.
Yes, that had a lot to do with it as well. Because this is an ECU offense, man. If you're on the bump, they'll get your pitch count up. They don't expand. They don't chase a whole lot. It's a tough team. Both of these teams are built, I think, and play the game very similarly.
3-1. Down, and Hull's on. 2 aboard for UNC. Pitches in for Ryan Towers. A little trickler, and then the walk of Hull left on left for a normally really sturdy piece for East Carolina. Now he gets Macon Winslow, DH and cleanup hitter. In-state kid, 3rd team All-ACC for the Duke transfer. Still waiting to bust out this weekend. He had a single Friday in the 1st inning against VCU. And since then, 0 for 8.
We talked about ECU's situational hitting outstanding, but North Carolina, man, in 2 games, how about 9 for 21 with runners in scoring position? That is a big number as well.
And a real chance here, 2-0 on Winslow.
When you think about North Carolina, you think about pitching and defense, top 10 in the country in both of those categories. But this offense, and we talked about this too, it's a sneaky offense to me. It's an offense that's averaged 8.5 runs per game all year long. So that puts them in the top 20 in Division I baseball in runs per game.
And Winslow ropes one in the left field, base hit. Loaded up for North Carolina.
Here come the Heels. Trying to make an impact early in this one. Remember, it was ECU yesterday that got out front early. This is a good swing. Watch him just, that's a top shelf fastball there, just above the top of the zone, and just goes up. And watch him how flat that swing is, matching the path of the ball for a line drive base hit now. Bases loaded and only one out here in the bottom of the 1st for North Carolina.
108 off Winslow's bat. And this will prompt a mound visit from East Carolina's pitching coach, Austin Knight. We showed you Towers' line the other day. He worked into the 5th inning, 4+ frames, 1-run ball, 54 pitches. And then East Carolina got aggressive and went to Joseph Webb. And after Webb, they went to Ethan Norby. We thought they might start Ethan Norby in this game. He's already down in the bullpen.
Yes.
We had asked Cliff Godwin about it before the first game today, and he said he hadn't yet spoken to Norby about how he was feeling. But 2 years ago as a freshman, Norby did this. He did relief Friday, and then he started this game on a Sunday night.
And he's already beginning his routine.
Eric Paulson, the batter, who had a good day yesterday at the plate. 2 hits, a walk, a single, a sac fly, and a double in the 9th inning for the Stony Brook transfer. Also had 2 hits Friday against VCU. That's a curve for a strike, left on left.
Ryan Towers a little bit of a reverse splits guy this year. Lefty's hitting 258 off of him. Right-hander's just 209, but he's been able to elevate his game in these situations. Runners in scoring position, opponents only hitting 171 off of him.
Paulson cuts through a left-on-left changeup.
Yes. So a big curveball kind of down and away, then a changeup down and in. Man, if you're Paulson here, you have no idea what's coming.
The 1-2 inside. I think he went to another.
Did. And he's throwing that changeup in there on purpose on the inside part.
Expand away with a breaking ball?
Yeah, I mean, 2 in could be the breaking ball away.
2-2. Cut on and missed. An enormous strikeout for Ryan Towers in out number 2.
That's what I call elevation there. And it might have been another changeup. It almost looked like it just kind of went straight down. It might have been 3 consecutive changeups. The first 2 on the inside part. And watch this one. Just paints it perfectly on the outside edge. Big time punch out for Ryan Towers.
Who's 1 out away from getting out of this. He faces Cooper Nicholson. First pitch swinging in the hole. Parham bobbles. Not in time at second. And a run scores.
Wow. And we've seen Nick Parham in this regional, man. He has been outstanding on defense. A bouncing ball wasn't an easy play, but a play that he typically makes, man. Ball barreled up. Watch Nick Parham right here. He's got it, man. If he makes it, but you see how the head came up? The head came up where he was going to throw the ball just a shade before the ball got to the glove, and that was just enough for the ball to hit in the heel of his glove.
And now Tyler Howe, with the bases still loaded and a costly error, puts North Carolina in front. Tyler Howe is the only freshman starter for North Carolina in its lineup. 2 singles yesterday, his first 2 trips. On the ground up the middle, Parham slides, stops, he throws, and it's not in time. Owen Hull scores on the infield single. 2-zip heels.
Man, 2 balls. 1 play that could have been or should have been made, and another just kind of a C&I single here. Didn't all the way get it on the barrel, but he hit it in the perfect spot. Watch Parham going hard to the glove side, man. He slides and gets to his feet, but a little bit of a slip. You see his feet come out from under him. Couldn't get enough on the throw. And North Carolina tacks on another one.
And the base is still loaded for Colin Heineck. First pitch swinging at third at Colby Wallace to the bag, and the inning's over. North Carolina gets 2 unearned runs after loading up the bases, trying to get to a super. It's North Carolina. And then earlier today, they got a huge outing from Ethan Rose.
Yeah, the freshman Ethan Rose, man. Threw 90 pitches today. His season high before that was just 51. He goes 5 shutout innings, only walked 1 and struck out 3.
Ethan Rose last night told East Carolina's pitching coach Austin Knight that Rose wanted to start. And they took him up on his offer. He got the ball today, and as Cliff Godwin said between games, Rosie was awesome. Davin Whitaker rolls out to Eric Paulson to start the second. So now Folger Boaz, who got off to a good start in the first, now he's got some support too.
Yeah. Nothing makes you relax more than a couple of runs on the scoreboard. He went out and stacked a 0, had a little bit of traffic there in the first inning, but a couple of strikeouts to get out of the inning, and then his team goes out and puts up a 2 spot, and that'll make you relax just a little bit more.
Base is empty for Colby Wallace, junior third baseman. Wallace had some chances last night, but went 0 for 4 with 3 punch outs. He did work a walk, and then the first game today against VCU, he got hit by a pitch and supplied a sac bunt. Friday drove in 3 against Tennessee. Fouls this one off himself, and it's 0-2. Oh, 2. Swing and a miss. Well, you said if Fulcher Boaz can bury his breaking ball, he's in for a good night.
I love where he's throwing his fastball, because that fastball of his is setting up the breaking ball. So he's peppering the bottom of the knees with the fastball, and right out of that same window, there's the good breaking ball down and in. Exactly where you're to throw it from a left-handed pitcher to a right-handed batter, down and in and just underneath the bat, and he is executing right now. 3 strikeouts already.
Now he faces Austin Irby. Irby's had a great weekend. Sophomore first baseman from Virginia Beach, who had a heck of a season last year. Looks like last year's version again here these last few weeks. 2 hits Friday against Tennessee, plus 2 walks. Got intentionally walked at one point, and then earlier today, 2-run single in the first inning, another RBI single in the 5th. Backside at Jake Schaffner, who gobbles. Inning over. Tidy 7-pitch, 1-2-3 second for Fulcher Boaz. Proceed thanks to a combined 2-hit shutout led by Ryan Lynch, who was up to 99 miles an hour, and then they got the win over East Carolina yesterday.
That was North Carolina's 4th shutout of the season. Ryan Lynch was unbelievable. And then Colin Heineck in the 4th inning. North Carolina down by 3, a 3-run shot to tie it up, and it was all North Carolina after that.
Scott Forbes' team trying to get to a 3rd straight super regional. They've been to 8 straight NCAA tournaments, which is the longest active streak in the ACC. They've got 9-1-2 against Ryan Towers, and this is Rom Kellis, who many expected would start this weekend because his bat got hot at the end of the regular season and then was red hot last weekend in Charlotte in the ACC tournament. But Scott Forbes opted for Carter French the first 2 days. But now Kellis goes in against a lefty starter, and by this point in the weekend, maybe you're thinking also it's going to be a more offensive game.
Yeah, very well could be. But the way Boaz is pitching right now, I'm not too sure about that.
I agree with you.
It's what you call playing the numbers right there. Even I could have made that decision right there.
You're selling yourself far too short.
Pays off.
Hard hit ground ball, smoked off the bat of Rom Kellis, and it does. Look at the numbers. Follow suit.
Yeah.
Get aboard.
474 versus left-handers, and that number just went up with that base hit. That's what you call pushing the right buttons if you're Scott Forbes. And also checking the stat sheet.
That helps too. And a little smile there from Scott Forbes.
It's like, that's right, I made the right decision. Be a lot more decisions to make in this one.
Back to the top, Jake Schaffner. Lined out softly at short his first time. This time last year, Jake Schaffner was playing for North Dakota State, which had been his only college offer coming out of high school for the Wisconsin native. And Scott Forbes was telling us that he was watching Arkansas and North Dakota State playing a regional last year, and he said, hey, that's a pretty good player in Jake Schaffner. Next thing you know, Schaffner's in the portal. And then Schaffner actually visited the day after a heartbreaking 1-run Game 3 Super Regional loss. They thought he'd be visiting before the team went to Omaha. Instead, they visited the day after the season ended for North Carolina. But Jake Schaffner said everyone was still very positive here, and he decided to become a Tar Heel.
Yep. And Scott Forbes is glad he did too. And that's where we are now with the portal, man. Portal is open right now. A lot of kids starting to hop in. The recruitment period has started.
And boy, speaking of the teams that go to Omaha, we see it every year when we're out there. It is so hard for these staffs to manage being in Omaha, trying to win a national championship, and building next year's roster.
We see it every year when we go to the College World Series. We got coaches on the field coaching their kids during batting practice, but they're on the cell phone all the time talking to recruits, and it's a tough for coaches. It's almost like you get punished in some ways for making deep runs. You get to the College World Series, and everybody else sitting at home is recruiting players and having players in on visits, and you're trying to win a College World Series. You're trying to win the national championship, and you're trying to navigate all that, which is a very tough time for coaches.
I know there are other factors. This is one we can fix in the sport.
This is an easy fix to me, when to open the portal up.
Just outside, Towers issues the free pass, and the first two are on from North Carolina in the second. How long is your leash for Ryan Towers?
I don't think it's going to be very long. I mean, if you're Cliff Godwin, you can't let North Carolina get a big lead on you. The reason is the back end of that bullpen is too good. The pitching staff is too good. It's hard to overcome that, and Norby is starting to get cranked up right now, which I think is the right move.
You get a righty here in Gavin Gallagher, then a lefty in Owen Hull. And remember, it's reverse splits for Towers. So maybe the righty is his last guy here in Gavin Gallagher. But a gently hit infield single his first time. He was the first base runner for North Carolina, part of a 2-run first inning. One and one on Gavin Gallagher. Not bad.
That will play.
Just off 2-1. Misses haven't been huge from Ryan Towers.
No, but you see how disciplined North Carolina is. I mean, it's the pitches that are so close and they're still not expanding the zone. They will keep you over the plate.
3-1. The guy on deck, Owen Hull, had a pretty good look at Ryan Towers his first time. So if Gallagher gets on here, you wonder if it's it. Up and in, 5-pitch walk. They're loaded. Back-to-back free passes, 3 straight reach with nobody out. And let's see what Cliff Godwin does.
Cliff Godwin's got a decision to make right now.
Looks like they just radioed down to ask if Norby's ready. And I think they got an affirmative.
There we go.
Here it comes. One of the best pitchers that East Carolina has seen. Ethan Norby came out of the bullpen Friday for East Carolina against Tennessee and was excellent.
Boy, was he excellent. He was better than that. 4 2/3, only 2 hits, 1 run he allowed. How about this? Not walk a batter, and 8 big strikeouts against a high-powered offense. I mean, he's going to have to be as good as that today to keep ECU in this game right now. He's going to inherit a bases loaded and no out situation.
Preseason first-team All-American for the junior lefty from Kernersville. First-team All-Conference in the American. 60th on our ESPN MLB draft rankings. He went 65 pitches Friday, and Cliff Godwin said after the game, Ethan Norby always pitches well in late May and early June.
We about to find out. Look at the strikeout to walk ratio, man. 128 punch-outs, only 28 walks. And if you're ECU right now, that's exactly what you need, is a couple strikeouts.
Those 128 are 8th most in the country out of the left arm of Ethan Norby. Bases loaded, nobody out. And the first pitch hits Owen Hull. 3-0.
Man, trying to throw a breaking ball down and away, and it's nowhere near where he wanted it. Barron, the catcher, set up down and away, and that's what you call a big miss right there. That's the 106th UNC batter to be hit by a pitch this year. They just do not move.
Yeah, that's a program record. So loaded up still. Still nobody out. Making Winslow first pitch swinging. Floats one at Nick Parham. Infield fly in effect. So 2 pitches, 2 results, and the first out. Ryan Towers out of this game after an inning plus. Now Eric Paulson bats. Bases loaded, left on left. First pitch down and away with the breaking ball from Norby.
Norby's fastball going to be in that low 90s. He'll show you a 5 and a 6 every now and then. A couple of different breaking balls and a changeup as well.
Paulson pulls it on the ground at first, and it got past Irby into right. Schaffner and Gallagher score, and Paulson adds on for UNC.
Wow. North Carolina, man. These dudes can play some baseball. That's lefty on lefty, too. And watch Paulson just hang in there on that breaking ball. Just puts his nose on it, just kind of goes out and circles it. Hits it in a perfect spot. North Carolina tacks on 2 more. And now up 5-0 in this one.
And still only 1 out. Norby not totally sharp with his slider since coming in. Cooper Nicholson reached on an error at short in the first from Nick Parham that was costly and led to 2 unearned runs. So here's the question with Ethan Norby on my mind. If you're going to go to him without question in this game, why not start him?
That's a great question. I can't answer that, but I know you had to go to him in this situation. With the bases loaded and you were down 2, you needed a couple strikeouts. And North Carolina has come up big.
And on the hands and popped up foul. A part of it is you probably want to see what you can get from Towers, a guy who did have an ERA in the 2s coming in.
I think it's not like you were running a guy out there with a 6 ERA. I mean, Towers had been so good. But you knew the first guy coming in was going to be Ethan Norby. Ideally, I think you hope you get 3 or 4 out of Towers. Then you bring Norby in. Maybe he can finish the ball game.
Norby strikes out Nicholson for out number 2. And of course, in East Carolina's position, you have to win twice, so you need length. So that's certainly part of the calculus for Cliff Godwin, Austin Knight and company.
North Carolina already 3 for 8 runners in scored position.
Now Tyler Howard. Strike 1 on 93 from Ethan Norby. And then we set it for Folger Boas after Carolina got the 2 in the first.
He's just sitting over there saying, just keep touching home plate, boys. Keep touching home plate.
Because now you see 5 on the board. Boy, that is a beautiful fastball from Ethan Norby.
Norby just wasn't sharp when he first came out. It felt like he had plenty of time to get warmed up and go through his routine.
Outside, and they will give Eric Paulson second.
Boy, Owen Hull at third base, man. He was way down the line. See, Norby's in that windup. And when you get a windup as a left-hander, you can't see the runner at third base.
Yeah, he just declared again that he's going from the windup. 1-2. Hal lays off. This freshman has some impressive moments in the box. He had the RBI infield single in the first that made it 2-0 North Carolina. Stays alive on 93. 2-2. Howe strikes out. Ethan Norby leaves 2 in scoring position, but the damage is done by North Carolina. They add on 3 more in the second.
This Folger Boaz. A couple of shutout innings and up 5-0. If you're Boaz here now, man, it's about keeping the momentum in your dugout. And what I mean by that is just stacking a 0. You don't want to let ECU breathe at all. Just suffocate them if you can.
Walker Barron on the ground in the hole and past Jake Schaffner. Would have been a tough, if not impossible play anyway. And Barron's on to start the third.
Yeah, I feel like that's going to be a base hit. And a good start for ECU because that's what they need to do. And they don't have to get it all back in one inning. They just need to kind of chip away and hope Ethan Norby can find a way to stack a few zeros. That's going to be a tough play. Even if he feels that ball be on his knees, I don't know if he's got enough throw on it to throw out Walker Barron.
So man on for Nick Parham, shortstop in the 9th spot, who had 3 walks, including one with the bases loaded earlier today, plus an RBI single in the 6th inning against VCU. Facing Folger Boaz. You started to talk about Boaz back in the first. His father Jay played football here at Carolina. Brother Jefferson was a quarterback on the team through 2023, and as you said, Folger was a great high school quarterback himself.
Yeah, good basketball player, outstanding at both football and baseball. I mean, he threw 129 touchdowns in his career in high school. That's top 10 in the entire state of North Carolina. That's how good he was. He's a big dude. You can look at him and see 6'2", 6'3", 215 pounds.
On the ground at second, Gavin Gallagher to Jake Schaffner on the Paulson for 2.
Smooth right there. Gallagher and Schaffner up the middle, man. It don't get a whole lot better than that. This ball comes out of your hand on the mound, and you turn around and look what it is. You just say, roll it up, boys, and they rolling this one here. 4-6-3 double play. We talked about North Carolina and their defense, man. It is a top 10 defense in the entire country, and they can do it up the middle. Look at it. Yes, sir.
He liked something there. He pointed in maybe at the dugout or something he liked about that sequence. Maybe the pitch calling from Brian Gaines. So the base is wiped empty, and he drills the fastball inside to the leadoff man for East Carolina, Grady Lenahan. Who struck out looking on 93 at the kneecaps. His first time to start the game. And Boaz has the good stuff so far through 3 innings.
Yeah, this does not look like a guy that came in with an ERA north of 7.
His 0-2. Pulled deep to left field. Kellis is back. It is gone. Lenahan unloads, and East Carolina's on the board.
Hey now, that's going to get you a breaking ball left in the heart of the plate right there. Lenahan's 9th long ball, his 47th RBI. And the Pirates are on the scoreboard. Watch this move to the baseball, folks. 2-strike count. Watch him go down and just stick his nose on that breaking ball left right in the heart of the plate. And he knew it when he touched that one. He had home run number 9.
Big time swing from a big time freshman. And how does that impact Folger Boaz? He's still got a 4-run lead, of course, but
well, you know you made a mistake because that was a little bit too good of a pitch on a 1-ball 2-strike count. I'm sure he was trying to get that breaking ball more down and in. Instead, it was kind of fluttered in the heart of the plate. It was down, but it was in the heart of the plate. And I love that side swing we just showed, too.
Why?
Because if you look at Lenahan, he was in a 2-strike situation. He was spread out. There was no stride at all. He simply just loaded and threw the barrel at the ball. Nice and simple.
And now 2-1 on Jack Herring. Again, who's battling a hand injury suffered last week.
Watch Linehan's side swing. Look how spread out he is. There's no stride at all. It's just simply throw your hands at the ball. That is simplifying things in a 2-strike approach. And that's what young kids, we think we got to have these big high leg kicks, and we think we got to spin off the ball to create power. You don't.
That is strike 3 called. 94 from Boaz. But East Carolina gets on the board. No strike.
Grady Linehan, do it, fella. Go get you one. And boy, he got all of that one. 216 stitches on a baseball, and that's what I'll call covered every one of them. It feels like this season's just flown by. Totally. Seemed like we were just in Omaha.
When LSU was winning another title. That's the goal for all these programs. Get to Omaha. North Carolina there 2 years ago. Close last year. 1-run loss in game 3 of a super. Apparently a very nice catch made by that gentleman.
Yes.
Celebrating as if so. So I would figure he made the play.
Well, it's up to Ethan Norby now. And he's got one job, and that's stack some zeros and just give your offense a chance to climb right back in this one.
Little dribbler off the end of the bat. Norby bare hand, nice. To retire Colin Heineck for the first out.
Norby's a good athlete. That's a tough play for a left-handed pitcher because you got to spin all the way around to make the throw. But his internal clock was pretty good. Watch him go hard. You see lefties fall off toward the third base side. Gets to it, spins around, knows he's got plenty of time, makes a perfect throw.
Now he faces the 9-man Rom Kellis. Scorched single. It was a worm burner his first time leading off the second. That's what Rom Kellis does. I know Big Ben is a huge fan of exit velo. Rom Kellis has the highest average exit velo on North Carolina's team. It's the most consistent hard contact when he makes contact. If you looked at it over a full season, it's the same impact to the baseball as some of the stars in the ACC. Teg Davis, Drew Burris, Vaughn Lackey. And Kellis gets hit here with a breaking ball that just isn't sharp from Ethan Norby and a 1-out base runner.
That was the pitch for Ethan Norby that was so good the other day against Tennessee. He threw that breaking ball down and in for the righties, away from the lefties, just about whenever he wanted to.
And again, Norby's done this in his career back when he was a freshman 2 years ago, where he pitched twice in the same regional. He gets Jake Schaffner here. Up high. Norby as a freshman pitched in relief in the regional opener that year. So same way he's done it this year. That was against the 4-seed Evansville. He came behind Zach Root, who eventually went to Arkansas. It was 3 innings. It was 58 pitches. On a hop at short, Parham gobbles and then bobbles. Trouble for Nick Parham again at short, and 2 more on for North Carolina.
Boy, it could have been a double play if he gets it the first time. If he gets it the second time, at least he gets to lead out at second base. But watch this. Tough play here. This ball comes up on him. But right now he's still got plenty of time if he makes it, but goes with the bare hand and can't get it over to Burris. Runner at first base has to stop because he's not sure if this ball is going to be a line drive caught or not. So he had plenty of time to get the lead runner. Didn't get anybody in a first and second 1-out situation now for North Carolina.
With Gavin Gallagher batting for the 3rd time. Infield single and a walk. But we're saying with Norby, he pitched in relief and then he came back, and in this game, the Sunday night game, losers bracket for them, started against Evansville, 5 1/3, 102 pitches that time 2 years ago. It wasn't great. It was 4 runs, all earned, 3 walks. That's a strike, 0-2.
I mean, he threw 65 pitches the other day.
Go to him again on this Sunday night, but this year in relief. And then last year for Norby, he started their regional opener. It was a 2-3 seed game against Florida on that Friday, and he was excellent. 7 1/3, 10 strikeouts, no walks, 3 runs, 116 pitches in a win against the Gators.
Well, the key for him is that breaking ball. Fastball's a good one, but when he's throwing that breaking ball down and in, that's when he's going to rack up the strikeouts. And a couple of elevated fastballs, it feels like the breaking ball's coming now.
So far, all the stuff, like the velo, it says it's the same as it was Friday. 1-2. Back foot, and that just hasn't been sharp with that slider. It's the second hit batter on a slider this inning. And North Carolina's got the bases loaded.
He had Gallagher set up for a good breaking ball down and in, just kind of overcooks it a little bit too far inside. How about that? Program record 108th hit by pitch.
Where one, kid?
Hey, whatever way you can get on base. You can see where the catcher Barron sets up. He wants the breaking ball down in. That got him. That get the right kneecap, maybe. Oh, it did.
Oh,
my goodness.
he just assumed back foot, but off the kneecap. These North Carolina fans are letting Ethan Norby hear it. So loaded up for Owen Hull. First pitch attacking the heater.
Owen Hull is looking to do some damage right there. And that's kind of what North Carolina's middle of the order will do. They get counts in their favor, they will set and guess and look to do big time damage. They get behind the count and they'll start to shorten up and use the backside of the field. They will get their ace swings off in the right situation. See Hull, 7 long balls. Look at the RBIs, man. 77 RBIs and a chance to add on to that right here.
Just off the edge. Carolina keeps loading the bases. Hull was up at the bases loaded last inning. And Ethan Norby came on to face him. And with the first pitch, hit Hull up on the neck. 1-2. Hull stays alive. That RBI total is gaudy from Owen Hull. It has blown Chris Burke's mind in the Squeeze Play studio.
It's about hitting with runners in score position. You don't have to hit the ball out of the ballpark a lot.
Bouncing ball center field. Guess what? Owen Hull does it again. 2 runs in for North Carolina. Owen Hull continues to deliver.
That's how you get to 77 RBIs. It's not so much about blowing the ball out of the ballpark all the time. Can you come up big with runners in score position? For me, it's the most important thing for a hitter. How do you perform at runners in score position? North Carolina today 4 for 11 already with runners in score position. And again, a 2-strike approach, not trying to do too much, just trying to find the barrel, trying to find a hole, and he does it yet again.
I mean, it's incredible from Owen Hull. With men on this year, entering the weekend, his batting average was about 460. OPS better than 1,200. Bases empty, the guy's hitting 241. I mean, it is so different when there are men on and RBIs to be had for Owen Hull.
His focus just goes to a different place when it matters.
North Carolina's going to bask in this right now. And remember, they faced Ethan Norby back in February, and they got to him. 4 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, all earned. And now they're getting to him again. And how about Owen Hull locked in? This was Owen Hull pregame, locating our cameras.
Boys are having some fun. This is a relaxed bunch.
Let's go.
Let's go.
That is coming to a Mike Rooney gif almost immediately.
Rooney somewhere in that studio sitting with his bucket cap on, got so much sunscreen on, he looks like Casper sitting up there. Like frozen milk.
Now that's good. Here's Macon Winslow. Runners at the corners with one out. First pitch just misses near the knees. North Carolina trying to really blow this open. Activity in the bullpen for East Carolina. Joseph Webb, the everyday Eddie Guardado of East Carolina, and Gavin Marley. Winslow strikes it to center. Grady Lenahan backs up onto the track to make the catch for out number 2. It scores Gallagher. Throw to second did not get Owen Hull. 8-1.
That's what you call a productive at bat. Get the run homer from third, and you move another runner into scoring position. Winslow shoves it plenty deep enough for both runners to advance.
And Hull running in the face of East Carolina. So 2 outs, Hull in scoring position for Eric Paulson. Big cut against Norby's heater. Oh, 2. Paulson went around. Strikes out. Inning over. 3 more runs. 2 in the first, 3 in the second, 3 in the third. Now, Scott, what have you liked most about your guys' approach offensively against first Ryan Towers and now Ethan Norby?
Yeah, I mean, we had a good feeling we were going to see those 2 guys. You know, they're both really, really good, and it tells you how good our offense can be. Credit to Coach Wiersbicki and Coach Jackson having our hitters ready with that preparation 1 through 9. You know, we just want to be tough outs, no quick outs, and they've done a good job of that, and they got some big knocks.
Coach, talk to me about Boaz. I tell you what, this doesn't look like a guy to me that's got an ERA north of 7. This is some pretty good stuff now.
Yeah, you know, he's one of those guys that, being half the time, I feel like we don't play as well defensively behind him as we do the other guys for some reason. I love Folger Boaz. He works his tail off, one of our big leaders on this team. You know, and I'm behind him. I told him today I'm in his corner. I like rolling that boy out there. He's got some good stuff.
Scott, thank you.
Good luck, Coach.
Thank y'all.
He is so loyal to his players. So positive with them. And he's seeing a good start from Folger Boaz. In the hole, Jake Schaffner, long throw in time to get Braden Burris.
That's big time there. Schaffner couldn't get a whole lot on this throw because of the way he caught the ball. It was a big high hop. That was all arm what he had. Couldn't get a lot of body into it. Watch how he has to catch this ball. See, it kind of sits back a little bit, kind of gets on his back foot and pushes hard, and I mean just in time. Coach appreciates that, man. Both Cliff Godwin and Scott Forbes talk a lot about pitching, about getting that first out of every inning. Every time we talk to them, the key to it they always say is get the first out. Get the first out of every inning. Man, you get the first out as a pitcher, chance of the team scoring goes way down from there.
And remember, Scott Forbes had just said that oftentimes he thinks they don't defend quite as well behind Folger Boaz. Jake Schaffner certainly changed that. We get a pinch hitter here in Braden Bachman's spot. Michael Kalinic, who absolutely raked in the first game earlier today. Surprisingly didn't get the start, even though Braden Bachman is in there for the lefty. After Kalinic earlier today went 4 for 4 and also got hit by a pitch. Now he comes off the bench.
That's nice to have a few guys where you can grab the platoon advantage if you want to every now and then, or just some different kind of guys that you can run out there.
Mike Mike Kalinic, 2 hits yesterday against North Carolina, too. Hard hit contact. Seen a lot of it from him this weekend. Not been a lot of 3-ball counts for Folger Boaz, if any. In the air, left center, struck well, and this one will split the gap and bounce off the top of the wall. Mike Kalinic doubles with 1 out in the 4th inning.
Cliff Godwin pushing the right buttons here. Goes to his bench, and it pays off, too. With a 1-out double. Speaking of not trying to do too much, huh? Not any strides at all. Just nice and simple inside-out swing. Ball slicing slightly away from Owen Hull out in center field. It finds the left center field gap. A chance for ECU to cut the lead.
Boy, tough sledding for Mike Kalinic, huh? You get 4 hits in the first game, and then you can't find a way in the lineup. Bring him off the bench against the lefty eventually. And he doubles here. Davin Whitaker. Ahead in the count, 2-0 against Folger Boaz. Whitaker's first time rolled out to Eric Paulson at first to begin the 2nd. Whitaker, the native of Farmington, North Carolina. Strike 93. That's a strike.
Not just a strike. That's a quality strike and a fastball count. Puts that heater right on the outside edge. I love what Scott Forbes just told us. Said he had a word with Boaz. Said, I believe in you. I'm in your corner. Sometimes players just need somebody to believe in them.
Boy, similar spot. Boaz wanted it full count. What's it do to you when you hear it?
It just gives you confidence. Because, I mean, I know they were expecting a little bit more from Boaz. There's no doubt about that throughout the year. In his junior season, expecting maybe a little bit more than what he's given them this year. But, hey, nobody's going to remember the year if he pitches a gem here.
Issues a walk, and there's 2 on for East Carolina. NCAA regional coverage continues tomorrow on ESPN Plus and on the ESPN app. For more info, you can visit ncaa.com, the home for all NCAA championships. We got another national seed, Ben, that is out. The number 13 national seed, Nebraska, eliminated by Arizona State. 11-8 the final there, as the Sun Devils were mashing. Even though the potential Golden Spikes Award winner, Landon Hairston, got ejected for flipping his bat in frustration, genuinely maybe 20 feet in the air after he got rung up. And so Hairston, that means, is suspended for playing tonight's game against Ole Miss.
That's right.
You're suspended for your next game.
And Harrison had 28 home runs, I think it was.
It genuinely might win the Golden Spikes Award.
Wow.
How about that? Well, first and second here, and Colby Wallace the batter. Knee-high strike after the mound visit.
First opportunity of the day for East Carolina with a runner in scoring position.
Wallace struck out on a slider his first time. And he's down 0-2. Inside, still trying to pound in with that fastball.
Yeah. He likes to work the fastball in, like a lot of pitchers do, because if you can throw the fastball to the inside part of the plate to right-handers, if you're left-handed, then it speeds the bat up. They got to kind of speed it up to get going, and it makes the breaking ball even better. Boaz's pitches by inning, 18 in the first, really good in the second, only 7, 14 in the third, which is still a pretty good number, and 16 so far here in the fourth.
With 1 out, full count on Colby Wallace. And at times this has been part of the issue for Folger Boaz. A couple really good innings out of the gates. Saw some pretty good work early on last weekend in the ACC title game against Georgia Tech, and then a little bit of trouble second time through.
And that's not uncommon. I mean, we see it at the big league level all the time. That's why, I mean, most starting pitchers, the average starting pitcher in Major League Baseball now is giving you 5 innings. That's what the number is, because the numbers start to tick up a little bit as you see the teams the second to third time through the lineup.
Line drive past second and into right center field, base hit. Loaded up for East Carolina in the fourth.
Here we go. Here's a chance to make a difference for East Carolina right here and right now. Trying to climb back in this one.
And so some stirring in the bullpen, and
guess who?
How about Walker McDuffie up in the fourth? Scott Forbes is not messing around.
No. McDuffie picked up his 6th save of the season last night.
He's pitched the first 2 games for North Carolina, and Colin Heine comes out just to buy time. Matty Mateus was the guy on the left you saw, 24 in the pinstriped Carolina blue. But Walker McDuffie up, and North Carolina is playing to end this thing tonight.
If you're Boaz right here, it's just about minimizing damage. It's okay to give up 1 run. I mean, look, you're up 8-1 right now. You give up 1 right here, it's a win for me. Be glad to go back to dugout through 4 with an 8-2 ball game. What he's trying to stay away from is the big inning. And maybe the leash might be a little bit longer because the score 8-1. Maybe not.
And wow. Again, this is quintessential North Carolina. They will be very aggressive with their bullpen.
This is a little bit of a surprise to me this early. Now, look, if it was a 1-1, 2-1 ball game, I get it. But up 8-1 for a guy that's thrown in back-to-back days, we shall see how it turns out.
Walker McDuffie on when we come back. Friday starter, internal brace procedure that year on his elbow. Sunday starter this year, Folger Boaz, hoping that he's got a chance to pitch here in a super regional next weekend, but he departs to a very nice ovation. It gives way to Walker McDuffie in a surprising move in the fourth.
Goes to him early, and boy, I tell you what, he was good again. He has thrown in the first 2 games and will throw in 3 consecutive games now. Do a little bit of everything, man. He can spin that breaking ball. That was last night. Picked up his 6th save of the season. There he is, McDuffie. 2.73 ERA, 7-2 on the year, making his 34th appearance of the year. 62 2/3. He can punch you out. 81 strikeouts to go along with it.
Bases loaded. He gets Austin Irby. Swinging through the changeup that's been a key pitch for Walker McDuffie's evolution from freshman to sophomore year.
3-pitch mix, pretty much fastball, slider, and that changeup that you just saw. The changeup has a huge swing and miss at 44%. Slider is over 40% as well. Both of those well above D1 average. You talk about swing and miss.
Doubled up on it to start Irby. Irby's got reverse splits. Better against lefties than righties. So Scott Forbes and Brian Gaines lean on that. With Bachman, Whitaker, and Wallace aboard. Rather, Kalinich, Whitaker, and Wallace. 2-1. McDuffie has pitched this year in 3 straight games in a weekend before. So it's not unheard of for him. Irby on the ground at short, shot to the bag, and it is 2.
talk about pushing the right button. Scott Forbes goes and gets his dude down there. One of the two. Couple of pitches and just a simple ground ball double play to get North Carolina off the field. ECU had its chance there, but McDuffie gets it done. How about this? A really good pitch and just a perfect in the shortstop. Shafter steps on the bag and takes care of it himself. North Carolina off the field. Duffy's fired up.
Now, Cliff, how'd you guys decide on the pitching plan today, knowing that you got to max out these guys as best you can?
Anybody that felt good.
That's kind of where you guys are. And you got some other guys in there that are available too?
Yeah, we got a couple other guys. We got to play better defense and stop giving them free bases. I mean, they're too good to give free 90s to.
Cliff, thank you.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck.
Well, he's clearly frustrated.
Yeah.
Anyone who's available.
Well, their defense, he's right, their defense has been so good in this tournament. They've kicked a couple of balls, not pitched as well as they wanted to, and they'll go back to the bullpen again, where East Carolina will.
For Joseph Webb for the third time this weekend. And man, Ethan Norby comes out after 2 innings, 3 runs, but only one of them earns. He hit 3 batters and now gives way to Webb.
Yeah, Webb making his 31st appearance. He's been busy this year. 4 of those have been starts. He's worked 64 2/3. He's a big strikeout guy as well. 83 strikeouts in his 64 2/3. Opponents hitting 196 off the right-hander, Webb.
And there's Norby. And man, what a career it's been with East Carolina. And if East Carolina cannot come back and win this game, that's it for Norby in the purple and gold.
Yeah, and Norby normally so good. He couldn't find the breaking ball. His best pitch is that slider, and he really struggled with it today.
Cooper Nicholson down 0-2. And Cliff Godwin mentioned defense with us. He's clearly frustrated. He puts in Matt Lashley for Nick Parham at short. Nasty splitter, strikeout of Nicholson. Pushing buttons, Mike Kalinich off the bench after Braden Bachman had just 1 at bat against the lefty, starting the game in the cleanup spot and then making the shortstop change in the 4th inning. As Scott Forbes' team on the other side is up 8-1.
And you get why Cliff Godwin's so upset. I mean, 4 of the runs on the scoreboard are unearned runs. You take those 4 off, it's a 4-1 ball game. It's a totally different game. But he's right. He hit the nail on the head. North Carolina's the kind of offense, they're too good. And you give these kind of offenses extra opportunities, and most of the time they're going to burn you.
Tyler Howell, the batter. And again, Cliff Godwin made the decision to start Ryan Towers and have Ethan Norby come in relief. Needed to get as much length, and as I said to him, maximize what you could get today, knowing you would have to come back tomorrow. But Towers labored into the 2nd, and then Norby came on, and as you said, just didn't have the breaking ball.
Breaking ball wasn't nearly as good as what it was. There's Ryan Towers. And look, every day's different, man. I mean, that's pitching. Some days you got your A game, some days you don't.
Fouled away by Tyler Howell. And again, this is all in the context of East Carolina needing to empty the tank in terms of its pitching with all the injuries that they've endured this season. On the ground on a hop at second at Braden Burris. 2 down.
Yeah, it's amazing to me that East Carolina is where they are when you talk about what they lost on the mound this year. And if you hadn't been following me, they lost their Saturday guy, their Sunday weekend rotation piece, and their best reliever, their closer as well. And yet they still are making it to the regional finals. So that's a yeoman's coaching job, I think, all the way around.
And how about this? They've been to 7 straight regional finals, which I know it's not necessarily a super regional, and it's not yet the step of Omaha that this program craves. But man, to be that consistent,
yes,
when you get into these weekends of just battling and getting to a regional final one way or another. Matt Lashley into the game, ends the inning. He's calling Heineck and crowd sound. We're through 4 in Chapel Hill. left. ESPN Plus subscribers can access expanded coverage with Squeeze Play. And Big Ben, they got a lot going on right now on Squeeze Play. They're in what we call a quad box. 4 different games going on, including Kansas against Arkansas in a rematch in Lawrence.
Whip around.
Hosting that regional. It's rowdy there.
I think it's rowdy in a lot of places about this time of year, isn't it? Pretty rowdy here as well.
Walker Barron in the 5th against Walker McDuffie. They got the students in Kansas hosting a regional for the first time. They're jumping up and down because they got 2 aboard with nobody out against Arkansas.
It's not March Madness. It's May and June Madness is what it is.
They're watching West Virginia and Kentucky. Kentucky's in a great spot, but West Virginia leads that game 6-4, trying to force Game 7 tomorrow.
Kentucky, one of the last teams to get in. They're in the catbird seat right now.
Barron singles to left to lead off the 5th inning against McDuffie. Well, what a decision by Scott Forbes to go to Walker McDuffie against Austin Irby, even with an 8-1 lead. And McDuffie got a double play ball.
Such a huge move. Huge move at the right time, and McDuffie came in and did exactly what he needed to do.
Matt Lashley bats and takes strike 1. Just came into the game defensively for Nick Parham, who had a couple miscues at short. Scott Forbes has pushed a lot of the right buttons this weekend. Think about last night. They went to McDuffie for the 9th inning.
Yeah.
Instead of Caden Glauber, and Scott Forbes said after the game that Caden Glauber probably didn't like that. Barron moves up the 2nd on the ball in the dirt.
And sometimes it's a little bit easier to push the right buttons when you got what he's got down in that bullpen. Because he's got a couple of dudes. And there's other guys down there that just hadn't got a ton of reps down there because McDuffie and Glauber has been so good for him this year.
Changeup rolled to 2nd, and Gallagher one away. Barron to 3rd. Start thinking about how Scott Forbes and Bryant Gaines are going to manage this, because McDuffie, again, is pitching for the 3rd day in a row. It's the 3rd time this year where he's pitched 3 games in a weekend, but it's not going to be 50 pitches from McDuffie.
No, it's a big ask, man. Anytime you get up, and you hardly ever see it at the big league level. You hardly ever see relievers go 3 days in a row. And there's a reason for that.
Good swing.
Brady Lenahan floats one into right and dumps it down with an RBI single to score Walker Barron.
Lenahan having himself a day right at the top of the order for ECU. 2 for 3 day, a home run, and a couple of RBIs now. And you got Glauber down there too, but he threw 67 pitches. So is he available today?
Scott Forbes said that Caden Glauber would certainly be angling to pitch today. I don't know if you do that with the potential for tomorrow looming. Strike 1 from Walker McDuffie to Jack Herring, who's going to bat right on right here, even though he's a switch hitter, again because of his hand injury. The right hand swing is just more comfortable for him than the left hand swing. And this is some toughness, though, from Jack Herring. There's Caden Glauber down there in the bullpen.
Well, it's up to him. He would definitely take the ball, but sometimes you got to protect him. McDuffie can pull the string on you now. Fastball 92 to 94. He'll speed you up and then slow you back down with the all-speed stuff. Either the good slider or the good changeup.
One-two. Nasty slider again.
That's big time right there. That's throwing it in the perfect spot. Did that thing ever take a quick left? 5 strikeouts today for UNC pitching. Anything turns like this, folks, It ought to have a blinker on it. Big time.
So 2 outs for Braden Burris, the hit machine for East Carolina. Backdoor fastball.
That's one of the favorite things I've seen from McDuffie is he likes that little two-seam fastball backdoor to the righties, and he'll start that slider right out of the same spot. Kind of east to west you, if you will.
This is floated into right, and Burris drops it down fair for another base hit. Lenahan to third. Another hit for Braden Burris. And 2 on for East Carolina.
All of a sudden, East Carolina is starting to stack some good at-bats together. Had a big-time chance in the last inning, rolled into an inning-ending double play. Got 1 run in here in the 5th and looking for a little bit more damage.
Well, now you get Mike Kalinich to the plate. And Kalinich has 5 hits today and has been a ball striking machine.
We're just one big swing away from having ourselves a big time ball game here.
Kalinich laces one into center field. Lenahan scores. Here come the Pirates.
There is 0, and when I say 0, I mean 0 quit in this team. They will keep coming at you until you get 27 outs against them. I promise you. Right now, McDuffie not fooling a whole lot of guys. That ball barreled up right there.
106 off Kalinich's bat. Now Davin Whitaker. First pitch swinging in the air toward the line and left. Rob Kellis with a long way to go to end the inning. But East Carolina gets 2, and it's a 5-run ball game halfway through. Loaded against Walker McDuffie, and he got the double play. The Pirates have left 5 in total. Paired up with that shaky defense, that hurts. Hot shot, single to center from Rob Kellis to start out the bottom of the 5th.
How about Kellis in the 9-hole on base all 3 times today? A hit by pitch and 2 singles.
I think there's something to be said for the way Scott Forbes just tries to infuse so much confidence in his players that when he does make a decision to put a guy in like that he's confident and ready to go.
And I'm sure it's the communication factor throughout the day and even the day before to say, hey, be ready. Be ready. This might be your chance. I'm going to put you in the starting lineup. Because Kellis is a guy we haven't seen until today. Like, he's been sitting on the bench the first 2 games. And then he plugs him in the 9-hole. You talk about pushing the right buttons.
Kellis had a 2-home run game in Charlotte in the ACC tournament. Had 3 homers in a 2-game span, and yet that wasn't enough to earn him a start here in the regional. They faced a right-handed starter Friday for VCU in Patrick Stites. And a bevy of arms yesterday from East Carolina. Even against Luke Payne getting the start yesterday, a lefty. Scott Forbes stuck with Carter French. Two and 1 on Jake Schaffner. And that dives down with the splitter. Walk. Schaffner's on for the 3rd time today and his 2nd walk. talk about shutdown innings. East Carolina would have loved one here.
4 walks today for ECU pitching. And again, this is the kind of offense, when you face an offense like North Carolina, the walks, and when you don't make the plays on defense, it can bite you. North Carolina looking to add on here, and they're going to have to go right through the heart of the lineup for ECU.
With Gavin Gallagher ready to bat, and Austin Knight, the pitching coach, strolling out for a visit. Like Walker McDuffie, this is day 3 in a row pitching for Joseph Webb. Friday 28 pitches, Saturday 28 pitches. And North Carolina 1 win away from a super regional. If they win this, they host next weekend against any of those 3 teams: Texas A&M, USC, or Texas State. Right now, Southern Cal has a 9-4 lead on Texas State in the bottom of the 6th inning. So if that holds, USC then plays tonight in College Station against Texas A&M and would need to beat the Aggies twice. Here's Gavin Gallagher. Infield single, walk, hit by a pitch. Webb drops down for strike 1. Slot shifting again as Gallagher strokes it to deep right. Jack Herring circles and makes the catch. Kellis at third. 1 down. And look who's coming up again with men on, including a man in scoring position.
Owen Hull already 3 RBIs today. Runners on first and third, just 1 out.
Last 10 games for Owen Hull. He's got 7 multi-RBI games. He's got 22 RBIs in his last 10. Walked in the first. Hit by a pitch with the bases loaded in the second. 2-run single in the third.
Looking to pick up his 80th RBI of the season.
Check on first at Jake Schaffner. On the up-to-date leaderboards, Owen Hull second in the ACC in RBIs. Just moved ahead of Vaughn Lackey, the Georgia Tech catcher, who's expected to be a top 3 draft pick. Only behind Teg Davis, who hit 34 home runs and 98 RBIs. But Louisville did not reach regionals. Ball and a strike from Webb to Hull.
Good job.
Kellis at third, Schaffner at first. Up and away.
Oh, this just feels like a big spot for both of these teams right here. Webb looking to roll 2 or maybe a strikeout. North Carolina looking just to add on.
Boy, that thing disappears.
I'm telling you, he's got a good splitter, man. His split finger fastball is swung and missed 53% of the time he throws it. D1 average about 33% on that to kind of give you an eye, so 20% more. And he's looking for a strikeout here now with 2 strikes. There it is.
Cut and a miss. 2 down.
No doubt where he's going, where Webb is going when he gets a hit.
Now 3-2, baby.
because that's like a death ball is what that is. This thing, man, you talk about tumbling and working down and away. There's a good look. See how the spin's just a little bit different than a fastball?
Two Ks you see, both on the split, unsurprisingly for Joe Webb. Now making Winslow. So what do? You got to see it up, right?
Yeah, if you're going to attack a split finger fastball, you know where it ends up. So it's the one you want to attack when you see it start just about belt high. If it starts around your knees or just slightly above your knees, try to be disciplined enough to lay off of it. Hard to do. It's easy to say. And look, I've seen hitters, you know, when you face a guy that's got a lot of off-speed stuff, a lot of split fingers, I see a lot of guys move up in the box, move toward the pitcher to try to catch that ball before it really starts to break on you a little bit or before it begins to bottom out. The problem, if you look for the splitter off of Webb, he's got enough heat to get it by you. I mean, the fastball's 92, 93. But you know where he's going to go. That pitch right there.
Beaten into the ground. Wallace got it there in time to burst. And the inning's over. Joseph Webb steps up big. He strands two. And we go to the sixth. Keep going. Chapel Hill, North Carolina still has a lead by 5 on East Carolina. And they turn to what is really their sixth or seventh arm, but this guy's really talented, the freshman lefty Jackson Rose.
Tar Heels will turn to their second reliever of the day in the way of Jackson Rose. 3-0 in the year, making his 19th appearance. He's got 6 starts under his belt, 38 in the 30s he's worked, 35 strikeouts. Now circle the walks, 21 walks in 38 innings. That's something to be concerned about, but he doesn't give up many base hits. Opponents hitting just 197 off the left-hander, Rose.
Who was a candidate to start this game, but in the end, Scott Forbes did go with his usual Sunday starter, Folger Boaz.
Fastball, slider, changeup for the freshman Rose. Pretty heavy on that fastball, too. About 63% of the time he'll throw it.
Walker McDuffie, 3 days in a row. Good work from him. The biggest moment, the double play for sure when he came on in the 4th.
Yes.
Colby Wallace grounds it at short at Jake Schaffner. Far away. Schaffner was just banged up, sliding into second base to end the last half inning. But good to stay in the game for him. Left knee.
Yeah, he had slid once already today. You can see the blood coming off the kneecap, and then he does it again. So I'm sure that's not feeling real good about now.
That time of the year. One out, base is empty. Austin Irby. 1-1 on Irby.
Rose, pretty good arm for a freshman, especially from the left side. 91 to 94.
North Carolina adjusts its positioning here with 2 strikes. They bring the third baseman Cooper Nicholson to the right of second. 2-2. Now this is the flip side of going so early to Walker McDuffie and taking out Folger Boaz in an 8-1 game is that you get deeper into your pen in the 6th inning.
Yeah, and you start to get to some guys that have not had a ton of leverage moments for you. So it's a little bit of a risk. But it's not as risky when you're up by 5.
And when you got a freshman lefty pumping 93.
Filling it up, and that's what you want North Carolina pitchers to do. If you're Scott Forbes, is fill it up right now. Hey, boys, I need you to be aggressive. We're up by 5. Challenge the strike zone.
Walker Barron bats. 2 singles for Barron from the 8 spot. Gets onto this one to shallow center. Owen Hull in. Jackson Rose out. 1, 2, 3 in the 6th on 10 pitches. Game summary. What does it do, Ben?
It normally summarizes the game.
And it says that North Carolina's got 8 runs, 4 of them unearned. Ryan Towers first, Ethan Norby second for East Carolina, who, like we always talk about, they're not going anywhere.
No. Well, it's up to Joseph Webb. So far, he's doing a pretty good job. It just feels like, man, if he can go out there and just stack a couple of more zeros, it just feels like East Carolina could very well climb back in this ball game.
He had a 1, 2, 3, 4th, and then he stranded 2 in a scoreless 5th.
Yeah, he had a 1st and 3rd situation last inning and was able to wiggle out of it, did not allow a run.
5, 6, and 7. Starts with Eric Paulson. We're telling the story of Paulson yesterday. ACC Network put out this amazing feature on his late father, Eric Sr. He passed away from throat cancer so tragically on the 4th of July. So coming up on a year for Eric and the Paulson family. He's been thinking a lot about his dad. Got asked about him the other day. Says, I know he'd be very proud of me. And one thing that Eric Jr. takes pride in is that during his transfer process, that even though his dad was real sick at that point, his father still made it down here to Chapel Hill on his son's visit.
Man, those are just things you don't forget, man, ever. But there's your splitter again. That is the bread and butter for Joseph Webb. As good as one as you'll see.
Paulson strikes out. He had a 2-run single in the 2nd.
That is 6 swings and misses for Joseph Webb already.
Cooper Nicholson now. Nicholson vaults it to left, deep into the corner. Whitaker back with room. 2 gone.
That's what you call just, and I mean just missing one there. If you're North Carolina, that's the one you hope you get, that elevated splitter.
You ever mess around with a splitter?
Yeah, I threw a forkball.
Oh, that's right.
Typically, you got to have pretty good, pretty good sized hands or long fingers to throw one. There's a difference between a split finger fastball and a forkball. The split just, it's you barely just kind of split the ball on your fingers a little bit. So a splitter is more like that for guys who are small, but forkballs are a little bit deeper into the hand. So if you can see it, this is more of a forkball grip here. That's really wide. You split it wide, and of course, the more you tuck a ball back in your hand, the more you could actually slow it down as you begin to do it. So you want to tuck it down.
Tyler Howe in the air to left. I promise you we'll explain it all at a later date. 6-pitch inning.
RAIN stuff.
What?
No rain.
Oh. And great crowds, great fan bases, good
And
food.
the people have been awesome here too. Awesome here in Chapel Hill. And the food equally as good.
You think these guys are having any fun?
Pretty.
Oh, we got.
They just hanging out okay. They hanging out in the belly over there.
Yeah, in the belly.
Hanging out in the belly.
The
like
belly of the beast.
Now what's going to happen when we have a ball hit out there and one of them kind of just reaches over and snags it?
Oh, don't say it. Little Jeffrey Mayer.
Oh, gosh. Because one of them's got a glove. And if it's hit to them, anybody, you get a ball hit to you, what are you going to try to do? You're going to try to catch it.
Yeah.
Yep. There's the glove.
Does that say A1000? It might.
I think it is.
Not the 2, but the 1. I'll tell you what. I cornered the market on lefty A2000s back in my day. Best glove going.
You left-handed thrower?
Yeah.
Wow. Did you ever pitch?
Yeah. JV.
How was it?
Low velo.
Okay.
A lot of soft stuff.
Good control?
Rubber arm.
All right.
Not
like
93 from Jackson Rose, who strikes out Matt Lashley looking. Yeah, they're out in the belly out there. Speaking of hospitality, we were visiting pregame with former UNC head coach Mike Fox, who was telling us the history of the belly.
Yes. So they thought about a lot of things when they changed the ballpark. We're going to move home plate around, decided to leave it exactly where it is.
Lanahan, a line drive right at Tyler Howe, who closed quickly, out number 2.
That's about as good as you can hit a baseball right there. I mean, right on the button.
101 off the bat of Lanahan, who is homered and had an RBI single already. Yeah, they were thinking of moving flagpoles out there because there's a lot of concrete in right center, and that's how you get the belly out there.
And he said, you know what, it'd be pretty cool. I like that. I like ballparks that aren't just perfectly symmetrical, you know, 325, 375, 400. A little bit different look. But
Gives
that's
them
where
character.
it's gettable. That's where it's gettable, is right center field.
1-1 on Jack Herring. There you go. So that's how you end up with the S curve here at the Bosch. And we still have to cut into this barbecue delivery we received pregame from the fine folks of Chapel Hill.
We've been watching them for 3 days out there barbecuing.
Man, that's a great spot right there in left field. A little Americana.
Almost looked like the catbird seat up there.
What is a catbird?
The advantage position. The catbird seat. It means you're in kind of like getting pole position in a NASCAR race going through the S curves.
Of course. Shout out to our guys Travis and Glenn.
Yeah,
Travis, a former equipment manager here.
And now he's a barbecue specialist.
3-2 on Jack Herring. Herring strikes out. Jackson Rose pretty nice with it too. He's fired up.
Freshman doing it, man. Doing it in a big moment too. Trying to get North Carolina to a super regional yet again. Do it, freshman. Little paint piece on the inside part. He is pumped up. 2 strikeouts for him. Carolina up by 5 going to the 7th. Back to the bullpen, their 3rd reliever of the day in the way of Gavin Marley. He pitched yesterday. Marley 47 pitches yesterday. He'll make his 26th appearance of the season. Very good ERA. Got a 3 ERA, 39 innings of work, 40 strikeouts. Opponent's hitting .212 off the right-hander, Marley.
Yeoman's work from Joseph Webb. Hands it off though to Marley, who said it was all about his fastball yesterday. He just attacked with it.
Well, I mean, that's his pitch, man. And he throw. I don't know if I've ever seen a pitcher throw 90% fastballs, but that's what Marley does. Fastball and occasional slider. 2-pitch mix.
Transfer from Division II, Lenore Ryan. Austin Knight, the pitching coach, really liked the fastball profile of Gavin Marley, and well, it's played out this year. Marley said after the game yesterday, I used the 4 and the 2. I attacked, tried to make North Carolina hit it. Richard Jr. from Hickory. 0-1 to Gavin Gallagher. Bounced foul, 0-2. Troy is up 12-5 on Florida. Wow. Florida 1 win away. Troy trying to beat them twice. Beauty. Backwards K, Gavin Marley for out number 2.
That's what you call a paint piece right there. Those are like a little 2-seamer, a little backdoor 2-seamer. Starts it just off the outside edge. Watch this thing just kind of gently work its way back.
So man still at second. Look who's up with runners in scoring position, Owen Hull. 2-run single in the third. Fastball down to start from Marley. Fouled away.
Not a whole lot of secrets with Gavin Marley.
Coming at you with number one.
Number one. 2 different fastballs, 2 and a 4-seamer.
Oh, right on cue.
Yeah, there's a little off-speed pitch.
Owen Hull, that's a look right there that says I disagree.
That's another look that says I'm not sure you made the right call.
Hey, hey. Schaffner dances. Hull swings in the air center. Lenahan in. Inning over. We go to the 8th. East Carolina down 6 with 6 outs left to play.
Play. 5th double play turned in 3 games for the Heels. One of the top defenses in the entire country.
They've been rolling them up. And now for East Carolina. Staring uphill. Down by 6. 8th inning. And facing elimination. Guys you want coming up. Braden Burris leads off, then Mike Kalinich, then Davin Whitaker. 10 hits for Braden Burris in this regional. Flared to right, coming on Tyler Howe, and it hangs up. Rather, Carter French has moved over, and there's one away. Five outs left to play with for East Carolina. And Cliff Godwin got emotional the other day talking about all this program's been through the last 2 years. Injuries right at the forefront of it. They figured it out late. He's been saying that they've been playing postseason baseball for 3 weeks.
And they have. Cliff Godwin and company has done a wonderful job yet again. The toughness of this team, and it comes from the head coach, Cliff Godwin. Of course, Cliff Godwin played right here at ECU. Told us he wasn't good enough to get on the field his freshman year. Redshirted his freshman year. And then not only did he get on the field the next year, he became a team captain for 3 of the next 4 years. He was a catcher.
Kalinich strikes out. Jackson Rose is feeling it, loving this stage.
Really good slider. Just working down and away.
Here's Davin Whitaker. Think about Jackson Rose. If you got your 3 weekend starters, Jason DeCaro, Ryan Lynch, and Folger Boaz, Your two big bullpen weapons, Caden Glauber and Walker McDuffie. That's the first 5. Jackson Rose and Matty Mateus in some order are 6 and 7. Those are the 7 arms that North Carolina is going to lean on as long as this postseason goes.
And look, and this might be the toughest test for them is in a regional, because the way, you got a 3-game series in a super regional, and if they find a way to make it to Omaha, we touched on this yesterday, you don't need a ton of arms in Omaha if you make it there. You just need a couple of really good starters and a couple of bullpen pieces, and that's exactly what North Carolina has. So if they can find a way to make it to Omaha, you got to think they have a real shot.
Man, think about it. If they can get out of this, and if Rose finishes it, they're going to get out of the regional only throwing those 7 guys.
Right. The way the College World Series is structured, man, you don't need a deep pitching staff. You just need 5 or 6 really good guys.
Right, of the 3 stages, regionals, supers, Omaha, this is the most taxing one pitching-wise.
Right. And again, North Carolina's not a big home run hitting club. It's not like a Georgia or an Arkansas or a Texas or a team like that. They can beat you a lot of different ways. And again, it's a bigger ballpark out in Omaha. When that wind blows in, I think it favors the teams that can manufacture runs. It favors teams that can play small ball and generate some offense.
Davin Whitaker's on for Colby Wallace. Big Ben, I got an update for you over on Squeeze Play. We told you the #1 national seed UCLA had a 5-4 lead on St. Mary's. St. Mary's has tied that game at 5. St. Mary's is the home team in Los Angeles. St. Mary's has the bases loaded with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th, trying to end the #1 team season.
What an upset that would be. But if
UCLA just got out of it.
Okay. But if you know the history of the #1 seeds since 1999, it's not good. Only 2 of our #1 seeds have ever won the College World Series. That started, what, again, 1999? I think Miami did it in 1999. They were the first. We went to this new format. #1 overall seed. They won it.
Why do you think that is?
I can't put a finger on why that is. I don't think it's the pressure of being the #1 seed. I don't feel like it's the pressure that you're supposed to if you're the #1 seed. I think the idea is just to make it to Omaha. But for whatever reason, our #1 seeds have not fared well.
Curse of the 1 seed. The rounds you had the 1 seed knocked out through the years.
So 4 times in regionals the 1 has gone down.
Jackson Rose trying to finish the 8th. In on the hands. Nicholson, the sliding step. Nice. Over. North Carolina can taste it. North Carolina's offense today, 9 runs, 8 hits, 5 walks, 3 other free passes via the hit by pitch.
Yeah, and when they've got some opportunities, and they've had a lot of opportunities today. How about 17 opportunities with runners in scoring position, 5 base hits. So that's .294 batting average. And they took advantage of some mishaps by East Carolina. This game would look totally different if it weren't for the errors and the unearned runs. It'd be a 5-3 ball game. Instead, it's a 6-run lead for North Carolina.
And yet again, Scott Forbes managed his pitching decisions just about perfectly today, the way it played out. He'll be the first to say at postgame that it's the players who execute, and that's true. We have the benefit of hindsight. But the trust that he had, the moves that he and Bryant Gaines made when it came to pitching paid off.
And sometimes the biggest leverage moments aren't at the end of a ball game. In a game like, and he brings McDuffie in the middle part of this game because ECU was threatening. It was bases loaded. It was only 1 out, so he went down the bullpen. He got one of his best, and it paid off. It was a ground ball double play to get him off the field. So sometimes the leverage moment or the save, it doesn't come at the end of the game. It comes in maybe in the middle part of the game sometimes.
Gavin Marley gets a strikeout with his heater to Macon Winslow to start the bottom of the 8th.
There's McDuffie.
So 1 down, base is empty, and it brings up Eric Paulson. The lead at 6, bottom 8. You peek ahead, top 9. East Carolina will have 7, 8, and 9. This one is fair past the dive of Austin Irby for Eric Paulson into the corner. Second hit of the night for Eric Paulson again.
That was a nice move to the ball. 2 for 5 night for Paulson. A couple of RBIs. He's punched out 3 times, but nobody's going to remember those. Watch this move. A little slider working down and in. And boy, he gets the hands in really tight to the body and just rips it right by the first baseman, Austin Irby. And a 1-out double for Paulson.
So now Cooper Nicholson, who just missed one his last time with a fly out to left. Popped up foul back Ben's way.
I keep forgetting that net's there.
Yeah, I flinched big time last night.
I'm kind of glad it's there.
Yeah. Very helpful.
We got a perfect seat. I mean, we're just right on top of home plate, I feel like.
Yeah, it's an intimate setting. On the club level, they got suites up here.
Yeah.
Slightly to the right.
My first time here in Chapel Hill. What a beautiful ballpark, a beautiful place.
At the radio booths up here, we got the great John Madry, who's on the left side of your screen, our ace statistician. Hot shot at third. Colby Wallace collects for the second out. You know, you think about this North Carolina offense also. They got 9 runs today. They don't have a home run in this game. They had 1 home run on Friday against VCU. They had 1 home run yesterday against East Carolina from Colin Heineck. They might get out of this 3-0 with 2 home runs.
Yeah, and again, that's what I love about their offense, because even a team that doesn't hit a lot of home runs and yet they're averaging right about 8.5 runs per game, top 20 in the country. The more ways a team can beat you offensively, to me, the more dangerous they are. And that can be with the long ball, of course. That's one of them. And then the other one is stealing bases, manufacturing runs, but the hit and runs. And another piece of North Carolina, too, that we don't talk about, and the reason why I think their offense is so good is their ability to just attack balls over the plate. Like this is one of the most disciplined college teams I've seen in a long time. Very seldom do they expand the strike zone.
Oh, 2 to Tyler Howe. Fouls that away. So it's that they're not expanding, right? Like the discipline and also the pitch recognition.
They're just disciplined. They walk a lot, I feel like. We've touched on how many times they get hit by pitches. They just find ways to get on base.
Back foot breaker. It's also been a few years since North Carolina did not get pushed to a Game 7 in a regional. I was talking with Dave Nathan, their radio voice, who does an awesome job covering the Tar Heels before the game. He says since 2019. So this would be tidy work if they can hang on and win this.
Let's not forget, they got a pretty good team batting average, too. I mean, they came in this game hitting .295 as a team. And they really smoke it with runners in score position. .320 team batting average in those situations.
Down, and a dirt ball read for Eric Paulson to take third. This crowd loves it. I mean, it's a smart baseball loving crowd that loves its Diamond Heels.
Yeah, because Paulson's not the fastest guy in the world. But again, you don't have to be a great base runner. You don't have to be fast to be a really good base runner. You just got to be able to anticipate. And it's about your secondary lead, and he read the dirt ball and saw it kick away just enough for him to take an extra 90.
Two. House strikes out. Really good slider from Gavin Marley. And East Carolina's got 3 outs left to play with in its season, staring down a 6-run hole. We got a pinch hitter to start the 9th inning against Jackson Rose, and it's Alex Boucher, who goes first pitch swinging in the air to center. The fan favorite Boucher flies out to Owen Hull. Guy who's given a lot in his college career. Cliff Godwin takes a timeout here to talk with Walker Barron, his junior catcher. This East Carolina team fought through a lot of adversity this year. We talked about the injuries, but they had their tough moments throughout this season. They lost 2 out of 3 opening weekend at home against Xavier. They dropped 2 out of 3 at Coastal in early March. They lost the series in late March at UTSA. They dropped league series at Tulane, at Memphis, home against Rice.
The game of baseball will humble you. And if you talk to most head coaches, they would tell you.
Barron pops it up at Paulson, and North Carolina is 1 out away from the Super Regionals.
Most coaches would tell you they'd like to see their teams go through a little bit of adversity early in the year. It makes them a little bit tougher. Because look, through the course of the season, every team's going to have a little adversity. It could come in the way of injuries. It could come in the way of slumps. Maybe you lose a few series here and there, but it only makes you better down the road, and it prepares you for the postseason, I should say.
I ran into this well-rounded North Carolina program.
Yeah. How about Jackson Rose and how good he has been? Young man didn't have a ton of experience, and look, he's come in and just blanked ECU.
Bouncing ball from Jeff Sabater, and Carolina is crisp. North Carolina's headed back to the Super Regionals for the 3rd year in a row.
How about that? The Heels are super again. What a performance it was by them, man. They were averaging 8 runs per game, about 8.5. Well, guess what? They scored 24 runs in 3 games. They were big with runners in score position. The pitching staff was outstanding. The starters were good. The relievers, when you talk about McDuffie, Glauber, and others, and boy, Jackson Rose was really, really good today.
Jackson Rose goes 4 hitless innings to stamp a trip to the Super Regional. Owen Hull drove in 3 more. Feeling good for North Carolina, a guy who came from George Mason to this program to play on the biggest stage. And once again, North Carolina moving on after this.
Real quick, 1, 2, 3, and that's it. And a tip of the cap to ECU and Cliff Godwin and his bunch, man. What a year it was for them to overcome everything that they overcame with the injuries and still find a way to get into a regional finals. But at the end of the day, the Heels were the best team here. That's the bottom line.
Scott Forbes does it again. His 6th year as the head coach, has spent so long here. He first showed up as an assistant in 1999. Been a part of this awesome run for a quarter century now for UNC. And they're off to a 13th Super Regional. They will host it here in Chapel Hill against maybe Texas A&M or USC or Texas State. If it's Texas A&M, it's going to be a big-time offense against North Carolina. Well-rounded team, but known for North Carolina's pitching staff.
No doubt about it. And I love Scott Forbes. And look, to follow a guy like Mike Fox and all the success that Mike Fox had, and yet